banana milkshake.
And is ass but fun.
You come back here and have sex with my wife.
Back in your life, like an MMA fighter giving you financial advice. This is the weekend warm-up on the Golden Ignorance Podcast Network, presented by BetVisors. As always, I'm here with two of my favorite co-hosts. We got Waymond himself. The
I heard that shit.
Yeah, I fucked up. Not easy, huh? And as always, the man who has bet on every single sport available today. It is the one and only Kev. Fellas, how are we doing today?
Well, I didn't fuck up the opening, so I'm doing great.
Don't worry, you can do the ad read. You can do the ad read.
You gotta send it to me again.
We'll do. Fellas, we have had an interesting week. We have wrapped up the World Cup. If we say World Cup 3 times, Joe might show up, as he'll be coming in a little bit later in the show. No Don tonight. No Stevie Fast Breaks as well. Fellas, let's go ahead and break down the World Cup final match. Ray, we'll kick it off with you. What did you saw? How did you feel? Give us your opinion on the last game.
Why do you keep doing this to me? You know that I don't. I work. No, I'm playing. I was actually able to watch this one. I mean, from the jump, it was really apparent that Argentina was not going to get many chances, and the longer that the game went on, it became apparent that they might not get any chance. Jesus Christ, what was that?
I dropped his toy fell in the bowl next to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. I thought that was Argentina crashing and burning to the ground again, but no. Like Spain did a fantastic job throughout the game of just limiting any type of attack from Argentina. They never really let Messi be able to get into his space, be able to do the things that he's capable of doing. They never really even let him touch the ball that much. I mean, it was just impressive to see. Not even impressive; it was dominant to watch them basically just kind of play keep away for these guys for as long as they did, and then. Obviously, Argentina's keeper had a fantastic game. What did he set the record for saves in a World Cup game with what? 55,000? I think it was 12. 12, I think. However many it was. He had a fantastic game, but just the pressure from Spain throughout the game was just too much. You saw Sir Kristen Cole for Spain put the game-winning goal in and then come back a second time and put another one in. So just kudos to those guys to be able to just go out there and absolutely just dominate. It's sad that not sad. I guess people really hate Messi and kind of want him to get the fuck out of here along with Ronaldo. But it's unfortunate that the World Cup ends, and I guess certain people were looking for storybook endings with Argentina and Messi, but it's not the case. But yeah, just a dominant performance from Spain. Like I said, I think when was Argentina's first shot? Like 93 minutes into the game or some shit like that.
Like, they did not have a single shot in regulation.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. So like just to basically hold like the number 1 ranked team according to FIFA to no shots on target, just like that's fucking nuts. Like we already saw what they did. We already saw what they did to France. And then to turn around in the final and just absolutely like belt to ass these guys defensively. Incredible work.
Just want to correct you. Spain is technically the number 1 team in
I had it backwards. My fault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But no, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I sent you a video today showing you like area. I mean, one of the top 5 best goalies in the world is your 3rd string goalie.
Which one was that?
The clip of the goalie making all those incredible saves.
No, what was his name?
David Raya.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the best goalies in the world. He just won the Golden Glove in Premier League this year, and he's your 3rd string. That just shows you how good this team can be. I wouldn't say – I don't think a lot of people hated Messi. I think it was more of the blatant
Corruption.
It's Messi, so he gets away with it.
Corruption.
They want it. Right. Like, and then it just turns into Messi. But I do admire the fact that Argentina went from like the most loved story of Messi getting his World Cup to the most hated team in like one tournament. I mean, you got players fighting players. It was good to see Spain do this because not only that, it really starts to make you wonder, like, this Spanish team is all super young. I don't think but what, like maybe 3 guys in that roster were over the age of 30. So this team is going to be this good for the next 10 years, and they've been playing together since they were 13. I mean, De La Fuente was the head coach of the U15, the U18, and the U21 when all of these guys were coming up. So including the coach, these guys have been together for over 10 years. Kev, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, just another dominating performance by Spain. As you guys already mentioned, Argentina couldn't get a shot off. I think they only had 2 total shots for the whole game. I thought Spain had some opportunities to put it away in the 90 minutes and came up a little bit short, but they weren't really in any danger of losing. And obviously they got the 1 goal they needed in extra time. They gave up 1 goal in the entire tournament. And it was almost because they kind of were in like, I don't know, lackadaisical in coast mode and wasn't really worried about Belgium, and then Belgium scored and like, oh crap, we need to, turn it on and win this game. But to be that dominating through the whole World Cup is impressive. I was on France for a long time. Honestly, I thought France was going to beat Spain. So up until that moment, I thought France was the best team in the World Cup. But looking back at it, I should have given more respect to Spain and what they did. I mean, what they tied Cape Verde, which at the time looked terrible, but then look what Cape Verde did in the tournament. So, like, the fact that they kind of had a rough group stage and what they did through the whole tournament is really impressive. And, yeah, it's exciting to see what this team can do if they're all healthy and they all return in 4 years. And who knows what they have on their U18 or U21 team right now, right? So Spain's always kind of been in the mix.
I know one of those kids just got committed to NC State. So
that's pretty cool.
They're starting to come to the U.S. now too.
Can't pass up that NIL money.
Yeah.
It's Spain's always been good, as we've known, and it's taken their only 2nd World Cup, so they don't have as many World Cups as maybe people would think, but it's also hard to win these. Brazil hasn't won one since 98 or 2002, so it's difficult, and the way they did it with ease was impressive. As far as Argentina, I get it. I get why people hate them. A lot of the players trying to start fights. I mean, that was a bad double yellow by Fernandez. Just stupid.
Sent him flying.
Like, full speed running into the guy. He knows exactly what he was doing. But, like, I get that. I mean, I know some of the calls shouldn't have happened. But also teams played prevent and, we're like, all right, let's just take on the onslaught. And that's just not going to work. And obviously Spain didn't do that. They controlled the game, the whole game. And that's why they came out on top. Which is why I'm kind of happy Spain didn't score in the 90 minutes, because I was a little worried they might change up tactics like everybody else has and let Argentina just score, get numerous crosses and shots. So I'm kind of happy it went to extra time, because I was getting nervous that maybe they would kind of do the same thing as England did and Egypt did and numerous other teams. But it was a fun World Cup. I don't know if you guys saw or not, but I think it was DraftKings, maybe it was BetMGM, but they said the amount of bets that were in the World Cup in the U.S. matched the last 10 Super Bowls.
Holy shit. And 40% of that was me. No, it was amazing. To bring up, I know we talked about England, failing at parking the bus. Something Steve actually brought up to me the other day that no one really talked about was the fact that they parked the bus and then they benched all the Arsenal players. Like the one team that
can park the bus.
Like, yeah, if I want a goal, I'm putting Jude, Gordon. Like, I'm putting the stars. If I'm parking the bus, I'm putting Declan Rice, Madueke, and all of them in the back. Because, like, if anyone's gonna know how to win a game that way, it's Arsenal.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of Bellingham, I still want to know why he slapped that dude in the back of the head.
who? Which one?
When
I
the
gotta
guy
find that out
from
because
the guy from
if it was
Argentina.
Otamendi, then I know the story with that.
Because I mean,
But
he just was like standing there minding his business.
that wasn't Kev. That wasn't the dude that called Vinny the slur, was it?
I can't
You were
remember
gonna
who it was
say
to,
it.
but it
I
might have
heard
been.
you. You was going.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't call him like the N word.
I mean,
Because I know because he got into it with Otamendi because Otamendi's on the same team as the dude that called him that like had the
yeah.
whole issue with like Mbappe and all them. But I don't think it was him. Which watch it for me as an Otamendi hater, that was really fun to watch. Him get absolutely annihilated and suck in that game.
I mean, not the whole team. I guess I don't want to say that, but a lot of players on Argentina's team are kind of that dirty style, try to get in your head type players. So it doesn't surprise me. Jude kind of overreacted. I guess it's not an overreaction, but reacted to what was happening.
Yeah. So all right, well I'm curious because Euro qualifying group play is starting up here soon, and so Spain's group play group is England and France. So that's going to be really interesting to see,
Yeah.
especially because like a lot of the Premier League teams that have Spanish, French, and English players have all said that all of them will not play until after the first international window, and they won't let them play in the first international window. Those are the games in that window. So Spain, France, and England will most likely be missing like Anthony Gordon, Saka, right? Like they're gonna be missing key players. So that's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, obviously those opening group play games, they're not gonna care about those because they're gonna make it in regardless. But still,
Right.
Moving on, Ray, it is your favorite time of the year. We have your 2026 college football all-name defensive backs. All right, we got y'all inside there.
Let's get it.
All right, so let's see our list here. We have at Prairie Valley A&M Mobility. We have Blaze Del Barrio.
I'm sorry.
We have Sir Churchill Williams V. We have D.I.C. Hopkins.
What?
Legend Doggett.
Oh.
It's a white guy from West Florida named Lumpy DeWeese. Navy Curry. Navy Curry.
No,
Ty Can. Cincinnati following the name of liquid-based foods. Following Sauce Gardner, we got Gravy Johnson. We got Marvelous Owens, Ellis Jr., and King Leonard.
No, go back to mobility. Yeah.
He's been on this list for a couple of years now because Kevin, remember we talked about him last year.
Yeah.
Shit.
I feel like Sir Churchill Williams V doesn't get enough credit on this list.
Like all these parents, man. Like, come on, dude.
Look, I'm not saying that there should be a law like if all of the doctors in the room veto your child's name, then like maybe you shouldn't be allowed. But like I don't know, or like maybe we got to put this before like the court of public opinion or something like that. Because how did you name your child? I'm sorry, let me make sure I say this correctly. D.I.C. Hopkins.
My favorite one is my favorite comment here says, I can't wait for Ty Can to get an interception. And then the announcer says, Ty will and Ty can.
Oh my God.
So we're gonna talk about how
no.
Memphis's quarterback is Aaron Nolan. He was on this list. One of their
No,
linemen was on the list.
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
And now we have Ellis Jr.
The man's name is Mobility. What?
See, that one I'm okay with. Like, these parents that are naming their kids Legend and King. Come on.
Shout out our GOAT, Dakotas to ever do it, Crawford.
From Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out.
All right, but Ray.
Modern day Sodom and Gomorrah.
Ray, I got another one here for you.
Oh, no.
We're talking long snappers, punters, and kickers.
Ooh. Makes me feel all tingly inside.
We got,
right, let's see what we got.
Gunnar Trout,
Okay,
Blaze Marchand, Jack Carson Wentz.
What?
Mason Crosby.
What?
Cooler for it. Deed Capper. Trip Woody. Tad Tan. Seabrook Kellett. Colton Boomer. Rip Perez, and Kyler Clapper.
All right, so we need to talk about how Seabrook Kellett is the presiding president of Pi Kappa Alpha. What fucking school is that? Wofford, yeah. Okay,
and that's kind of an.
Hang on. We're not done here. Hang on a second. Motherfucking Deed Capper is the vice president of Sigma Nu Epsilon. I already see this bullshit at Virginia Tech. 1,000%. Hang on. Tad Tan? Brother, that's the treasurer. That is the treasurer of fucking Sigma Pi at Cincinnati.
I think that's Colgate.
Yeah.
They need to be red, Colgate. White, and blue like the toothpaste. That's bullshit. Hang on. I'm not done. Gunnar Trout. I've never heard
FAMU.
I have never in a million years heard a more applicable name for a long snapper. Fantastic.
You cannot tell me that has Panhandle, Florida written all over it.
But that boy is from Maine. That boy is from Maine. You're not finna tell me. But wait.
Hold up.
It had to be done. No, look. This Jack Carson Wentz. It had to be done.
Fun fact. So he's from Merritt Island, Florida. And if you look up Gunnar Trout, the first thing that comes up is there is a minor league baseball player named Gunnar Troutwine.
One.
Is Jack Carson Wentz related to Carson Wentz?
Here's the real question.
No, has commented on this too.
Here's the real question: has Mason Crosby met Mason Crosby? That's the first question I need to know.
Right.
But also, the person that wins this award is one cooler for it.
That's such great.
He has a little brother named Freezer Door.
You're gonna.
If you guys didn't catch that joke, you're not cultured.
All right, so Ray, we've done every position group now. What has been your favorite one? And next week we can put together a graphic for you. You can make your all-name team.
God, shit. What was the linebacker? Ah, my God, it was a linebacker. I can't remember.
Was it the Prairie Young Black Goat?
No, that shit was stupid. We're gonna have to. We'll come back next week and I'll build.
We'll have you do your official list. We'll do we'll do 5 linemen.
Did we do kickers and punters?
That was in the specialist group.
Okay.
So we'll pick you could pick 3 specialists and we'll just count them as all.
I bet. Yeah. You send me that and I'll put together the all name team.
All right. Moving on to college, we're gonna play us a little game. We almost had a graphic for it, but my graphic stuff was not working with me today. Kev, we're bringing back. Yeah, I know. Don't even say it.
No, tell him. Go ahead and tell him.
Oh yeah, I was trying to get it through Chat GPT real quick because I waited till last minute and it kept messing up, but it did this weird thing where it would edit the image and I would say fix this and it would say we're sorry, this goes against our trademark policy.
Yeah, it did that to me too a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you gotta be just right with it.
We are going to go through some SEC schools here. I'm going to give you guys are going to give me your guess at what CBS said their projected record is. And the tiebreaker is if you can guess which games they're projected to lose. Okay? And I'll pull up when we get to that point, I'll pull up the schedule here. So first one we got is
say it again. I'm sorry.
So you're gonna guess
projected
their
to lose.
record,
Never
and
mind.
then you're gonna pick which team you think it is they lose against.
First.
All right, first team we got is
Kevin,
Ole
you go
Miss.
first. Kevin, you go first.
Ole Miss. No more Kiffin. Still have Trinidad. God, I haven't looked at SEC schedules yet.
Yeah, I need to at least see what the schedule is to tell you.
All right, give me a sec. I'm trying to find like a good image here. See if it'll let me upload it directly here. Here we go. Ole Miss schedule. What game? Wait, that is the wrong schedule. Great start, Danny. Let me re-download a new schedule.
Week 2 at Charlotte. No, I'm kidding.
I know they played Texas, Georgia, LSU.
All right, here I got you.
I got it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ole Miss is gonna play our buddy at Wofford.
All right, so never mind, Kevin. I lied. Let me go first.
Okay, you go first.
All right. So 8-4, and they lose against. It's just the first team that they lose against, right?
Well, I mean, if you can guess like the team,
really.
like if you can guess, well, it can be first one, or if you can guess which like exact teams they lose to.
All right, 8-4. They lose to Texas. They lose to Oklahoma. They drop and it's fucking shit. I just had. Oh yeah, they lose to Georgia, and they're gonna lose the first week at Louisville.
All right, Kev.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Just because I like to be prices right in this when we do these, I'm gonna go 9-3.
What games they lose?
The Blues. Sorry, I'm old and can't read. Blues away, right?
That bright
blue is neutral.
No, the bright blue is neutral, and then the dark blue is away. Yeah, red is home.
Away. Okay. So they lose to Texas. They lose to Oklahoma. Bandy's not going to be good this year. Neither's Florida. Home game. LSU. Too early in the season. I'll go Georgia. So Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia.
Cav got it right on the money. 9-3. Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma.
I don't like playing these games when it's just me and Kev.
If we get everyone on, we can do like a 2v2 next time. Next one is Texas.
SEC is going to be high on them. Do I want to say 12-0? Does SEC think they're going to go undefeated? Yeah, I'll go 12-0. I don't think they're going to go 12-0, but I feel like the SEC has them 12-0. I would say they're going 10-2 personally, but since we're going off SEC or not SEC, CBS, I would say CBS has them 12-0.
I'm gonna go 11-1 and say they lose to Ohio State.
All right, so Ray got 11-1. He did not get the team, though. However, they project Texas to lose at LSU.
Yeah. Okay. Night game.
All All right,
Tough
next
place to
one.
play.
Next one we got here is Auburn.
Ooh.
Let's say for this one, if you can guess the first team they lose to, because I think we all know Auburn's not going like 10-2, 11-1.
Right. SEC will probably, I keep saying SEC. CBS will probably be down on Auburn because new coach. I'll say 6-6 with their first loss. Maybe it won't be 6-6. Those first 4 games look all winnable. First loss to Georgia. They're going to lose bad at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Samford.
Well, that'll be their one win. They may go 7-5 because of that, but I'll stick with 6-6.
I 5-7, and the first loss is the Baylor.
Kev got the closest. It was 7-5. Their first loss is the Georgia, so they have them going 5-0 going into the Georgia week, and then between Georgia and the Samford game, they have them going 1-4.
Okay.
And then they have them winning Samford, then they have them losing.
Who is the? Never mind.
So they win the first. CBS has them winning the first 5.
Yep.
And then what? So then they have them obviously
going
Stanford,
1-4, and then
Arkansas is the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Why not?
All right. Next one is gonna be.
This one's me, Kev. Let me embarrass myself a little bit here.
Okay.
This one is gonna be Georgia. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna pull up the schedule.
Are we doing over and under on speeding tickets? Speeding infractions.
Speeding infractions or driving while intoxicated.
Okay.
So the White is on the road?
White is road, correct.
Oh, wow. They have 4 road games. That's the first time in like 10 years.
Wow, okay.
And no neutrals either.
No, I think the Florida's a neutral.
Oh, well, I mean, that one's always neutral. Because that's the one where they meet halfway.
Yeah, they'll play
in Jacksonville.
Raymond, yeah.
$11 and 1, and the losses to Ole Miss, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, to be.
You can say the same answer too if you need.
No, fuck that. No, hell no. Don't give him no point.
I'm not gonna do that. I'll be different. To be different, I'll say 10-2, and they lose. I like the Ole Miss call, but I'm gonna go with their last 2 games. I'm gonna say they lose to South Carolina and Georgia Tech.
So you each got one right. They were predicted to go 11 and 1, and they were predicted to lose to South Carolina. And see, I wish Steve was here for this one because the last one we have is going to be Texas Tech.
Texas Tech or Texas A&M?
0-12.
Texas Tech.
0-12.
I'll say Texas Tech's not in the SEC, but
no, just this was the one the first one they did after they did some of the SEC ones.
Gotcha.
Is Steve ever coming back?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope we haven't lost him like we did Cal.
No, he'll probably be back for once college football starts.
All right, looking at Texas Tech's schedule here. Red is home, black is road.
Actually, I haven't got to Texas Tech yet, but I have started on the Big 12.
You can check out on the College Juice Pod.
Oh my god, schedule. Sorry, you said Red was home?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can read that one. It says at the bottom. All right. Oregon State's not very good. Colorado's not very good. Cincinnati's not very good.
Is that Alcorn? Abilene.
Yeah.
Abilene
No, it's
Christian's
Abilene.
first game. Yeah.
His
Oklahoma
favorite school.
State, new coach, new program. I doubt Baylor. Maybe Baylor. I'm gonna go 11-1. God, they probably go undefeated in the schedule. This is an easy ass schedule because they got all the tough teams in the Big 12 at home. No, I'll stay with 11-1 and say Baylor picks them off.
What you got, Way?
10-2. And they fuck around and lose to. I'll stick with Baylor and add in West Virginia.
I would have picked West Virginia had that been an away game. I like what West Virginia's doing this year.
Kev was correct. It was 11-1. They have them losing to Oklahoma State.
Really? Interesting.
Must-have-maker legacy game.
All right.
Yeah. Right.
All right, no, that's over. So one more college football topic we obviously need to talk about, and that the SEC is potentially gearing up for a secession from NCAA football. Kev, good move, bad move, disgusting move. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's just a threat, honestly. I don't think they're actually going to do it. If they got on board like the Big Ten and they try to do what to turn this back to soccer, try to do what I can't remember the name of that European Cup that came around now, Danny, but where they tried to take Liverpool and Real Madrid.
The Super League.
Where they tried to take it in Champions League, stopped it. Like I could see potentially if they got the Big Ten on board and they both leave together, but just one conference, one of the big two conferences, I just think it's a threat. I think they're pissed off that I can't remember the booster's name now from Texas Tech, but that he's like stopping all the bills that they're trying to pass in Congress, and like because he's got friends too because he's a billionaire from Texas, so like I think they're just mad at him, and this is just kind of a threat. And like I said, I think it would have some weight to it if the Big Ten was on board as well, but I'm not worried about
it. I feel like if they're wanting to secede into their own thing, it benefits like three schools. Like let's be real, it benefits like Georgia, Texas, and probably LSU, maybe Ole Miss in there, right? Because then it's what do we see every year? It's they put all these SEC schools in, and then they get stomped out by a Big Ten team. They get stomped out by a Big 12 team, and we hear the same argument. Well, they have a tougher regular season, so they're more tired than some of these schools. Yada yada yada, whatever. But like if you're a Mississippi State, if you're a
Vanderbilt,
some of these, like you were some of these lower schools, this kills you because now whatever like sanctions, whatever, like if they say like, oh, if you go to one of because if this happens, let's be real, NCAA is going to easily make a rule and say if you go to one of these schools, if you commit to one of these schools, you cannot transfer to an NCAA school.
Sure.
Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that happens, now these schools that are like Vandy, like Florida at this point in time, maybe even you could argue maybe even Auburn, these schools that aren't going to be competing in the next 2 to 3 years, or all of a sudden no one's going to transfer there.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's an empty threat. They're not with just them. They're not. There's not enough teams either. Like, what are they up to? I mean, I know they're up to like 18 or something like that, but. So what's your playoff structure going to look like, or what's your championship going to look like? And then
like top 4 from each, like
are you going to split yourself into divisions again? Like,
I just think it's funny that the South is trying to secede once again. It's just one of the more hilarious things that I've noticed throughout this entire thing.
Yeah,
And also, like,
if you told me in 2020 that the part of the South that was seceded from the U.S. is football, I would not have believed you.
and like, also, who are the like? List off the last 5 national championship games, like the last 10 teams.
It's been Georgia,
Michigan,
Georgia
Washington.
versus a big team. It's been an SEC versus a Big Ten, or a Big Ten versus a Big 12, or a Big Ten versus an ACC. It's just that been on repeat.
Hang on, I'm gonna make sure I get this right.
I mean, Ohio State versus Notre Dame, right?
Let's also not even forget, like, I feel like they're talking about this whole, like, oh, the Big Ten does this, this, and this. Like, I mean, you could add to their frustration with the fact that Miami didn't even have to play in their ACC championship game, and they still made it in just because Duke won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can get that side of the frustration because you have teams that didn't make it in, or struggled to make it in, or were on the bubble because they missed out on their conference championship game, or they lost in their conference championship game, whereas Miami made it in and they had an extra 2 to 3 weeks to rest and didn't have to play in it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not enough teams. Like I said, it's an empty threat. They're not really going to do it. Like I said, maybe if they had the Big Ten on board with them, okay. But even still, to your point, like, what does that really turn you into? Because the NFL is still not going to let you have players leave whatever that turns into when they're 19, because they won't survive in the NFL. They'll die. Like, so players are still going to have to wait the 3 years.
Yeah.
Where are you getting all your money from? Are the TV deals still going to come through? Like, I
don't think that the SEC channel will carry that much. It's not going to carry that.
It's not going to carry that weight.
Yeah.
And like the other thing too is, like, I live in SEC country. Like, it'll hold its own for like maybe a year or two, but like these people don't make, like, there's not enough like actual like big money to keep what, like, Kevin, just the way you said that, like, where are you getting the money from? There's not enough big money around besides like out of Texas, and all those people in Texas are not going to fork over their entire life savings just to fund the SEC for long enough to make the NCAA say, okay, fine, we'll kiss y'all ass a little bit and give you all the things that y'all want because you're pissed off about the Kevin Sorsby thing. Like, that's just not, it's not viable. So, like, I just don't.
Yeah. Well, them being upset about that too is just the kettle calling the pot black. Like, you did it in basketball. So what, Alabama had like 2 players that they rigged to get the guy to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not even that. It goes all the way back to, like, just look at what happened before the NIL shit. Like, you got, like, literally the entirety of the SEC was like, hey, we'll give you a Hellcat to come play for us. Like, shut the fuck up. No one cares.
Yeah. Like, I mean, and not even to, like, because whatever your feelings are with Saban, but I always see people bring up the thing of, like, the minute other teams could legally pay players, all of a sudden Saban,
that boy was out.
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't cut the lights off on black kids' parents no more, and he was like, I ain't got no power. I'm leaving.
Right. That's
same with Calipari when he started realizing, like, wow, I could pay all these people now, and then they realized, like, oh shit, they're gonna stay for more than 1 year,
right?
Because I'm paying them to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. They're, Nick Saban wants it to go back the way it was, and that's because Alabama and these other schools were a lot better at giving kids money illegally and hiding it versus the other schools. So they could, they had ways of getting around it. Because let's not get it twisted. This has been going on for 50 years, even if not longer, of kids getting paid to go to these schools. It's just now it's legal, and now you have NIL and stuff. So, and they're upset that now all these billionaires are coming out of the woodwork to try to get their team to win a national championship, whether it be Oregon, Texas Tech, whatever. It's like I said, it's
like do they not realize how much money Phil Knight? Do they not realize how much money Phil Knight would have put into this fucking Oregon program 15 years ago?
And he was still doing it. Like, let's not get
but
now he's able to write a blank check.
Oh, by the way, we're letting you use our Nike Performance Center with brand new technology no one knows about.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, they're not going anywhere.
No, I don't.
And then, like, the other thing, I think y'all covered it too, but, like, even if they do, the NCAA is just going to make it incredibly difficult for anybody that is involved with it to, like Kev said, you're not going to be able to transfer. They'll probably blacklist half the coaches that sit in the SEC for like however many years and tell them you're not giving you jobs. You have to form a whole league and then have the entire thing accepted by every no.
It's literally the Super League thing, right, Kev, in soccer, where like every 8 or 12 years, some oil tycoon billionaire comes in and says, "I want to make a Super League with, where PSG, Barca, Madrid, Arsenal, Liverpool, they all play each other, and then all the leagues say, okay, cool. Well, then we're going to put sanctions so you cannot buy or sell players to our teams, and you are stuck with what you're stuck with."
Yeah. And also, it would hurt like the kids that aren't starting or the kids that regress and don't turn out to be as good as they were or we thought they were going to be in high school, right? Because now you're stuck. Now you're stuck at Alabama for 3 or 4 years. You're not going to get as much NIL money, and then you can't transfer and play somewhere else. So now you're hurting your draft status too.
Maybe that's when they bring back the moratorium. Shit, you go to an SEC school and then you transfer. Cool, you got to sit out a year, and you don't gain eligibility, or you still lose that year of eligibility.
Yeah.
So if you say, fuck it, I'm going to go to Alabama, and then you're the fourth string quarterback, and then you try to transfer to like TCU, tough shit. You just lost your sophomore season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a move to try to piss off a lot of people, including the NCAA, and there's no volume behind it. There's nothing, it's just toothless. Just them making noise again because they're not getting their way with other things.
That's what happens when motherfuckers in the South start drinking. They come up with dumbass ideas. I saw this in the 1800s, and I'm now 2020 something, and I'm still seeing it.
On that note, Raymond, tell everyone who this episode's brought to by.
Gladly, Danny. This episode is brought to you by BetVisors. Are you tired of paying for picks and hoping to see results? Check out BetVisors, the platform changing the game with their tip if it hits model. Follow verified handicappers, see transparent records, win rates, and profit history. And only tip when a pick actually hits. No expensive subscriptions, no paying for losing plays, just real bettors, real results, and a real community and complete transparency. Whether you're looking for expert analysis, proven cappers, or a smarter way to tell picks, BetVisors puts accountability first. Visit app.betvisors.com and start betting today.
There you go. It took you 3 tries. I need a soundboard so I can start we could boo Joe, give round of applause and stuff like that.
45. Joe's like, I'm definitely going to be late.
He's going to come in right as we finish. All right, moving on to football, gentlemen. We've been wanting to do this on the show. We haven't done this in a while. It's time for the tyramids. I gave you each a tier to make off a specific topic. And you guys are going to we're going to put your tiers up, and we are going to, you have to defend your takes. So we're going to start with Wayman's. Ray, before I post it up, do you want to tell us what your tyramid is?
Would Steve Smith be the GOAT wide receiver on your team?
All right.
Sorry. Hold on. So, is he the GOAT wide receiver for that franchise? Is that what we're mean? Okay.
Yes. If you put his career where instead of the Panthers, he would play most of it for that team, would he be considered
the GOAT wide receiver?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, the first thing I'll tell you is I base most of this off of the stint that he had with the Panthers. That's what I based, because I know he played, 2.5, 3 years for the Ravens. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix this.
But he was very productive for the Ravens, but most of what we know of Steve Smith comes from the Panthers. And so that's where I based his body of work from.
Yeah, why is it so it let me do a fucking instead you could zoom in and scroll, and I was trying to do that, but for some reason there it is. Okay, that makes sense now. I was doing it wrong. It was letting me like zoom in and scroll from the Twitter tab, but I wasn't on the Twitter tab. I thought I could do it from the image here. So it was just going batshit crazy. All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go. All right, so first things first, obviously, because he played for the Carolina Panthers, we have him in the he was category. That's pretty self-explanatory. I can't even think of a yeah.
Don't disrespect my
All
man
the
Musa
wide receivers.
Muhammad.
Whatever. C
One
plus
and
plus
1.25 years of Kelvin Benjamin.
You mean the fat tight end? Okay. Anyway, sliding down into let's
What
start
about
with
Ray
no,
Caruth?
actually I'll let you sliding down into the Jesus Christ Almighty! I'm the one that makes the bad jokes, Kevin, not you. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Sliding into the GOAT category because if you look at the Jets, and I did not count, like I'll say this, like I looked through like pass catchers and then I realized it needs to be wide receivers. So a lot of people will think of like certain tight ends and stuff and be like, well, what about this? No, it's only wide receivers. So if you operate for the Jets, I'm sorry, Steve Smith plays for the Jets. Yes. He plays for the Browns. Yes. He plays for the Titans. Yes. He plays for the Jags. Yes. He plays for the Commanders. Yes. Joe, wherever the fuck you are, because you never show up to work, he would be the absolute greatest wide receiver that your team ever fucking seen. Ever. You people don't even have a 5,000-yard wide receiver. 5,000 yards. Garbage. Absolutely not. Sliding down into the what is this? Top 3 all time, but not the GOAT. We have the Bills. I cannot remember the names of the 3 guys that I saw where I was like, okay, I can move them along. But there were guys in like the 70s and 80s. And whenever the Bills made the Super Bowl 4 straight years and lost, shout out them for that because that's fucking impressive. Slide over to the Steelers. You got guys like Hines Ward. I left Santonio Holmes. Good Lord, there's a bunch of other guys that I'm just off the top. Oh yeah, Antonio Brown. For God's sake, I can't even believe that I'm not even saying his name. But yeah, he would be up there, but he wouldn't be the GOAT. I think that's going to be Antonio Brown. So yeah, that's why he slides in that category. Going to the Ravens, you got to think of guys like not Torrey Holt. What is Jesus Christ? Anquan Bolden. What's the Tory's name that played over there? I cannot think of it right now. I'm blanking on it. Torrey Smith. And then honestly, he probably might be just in his 2.5-year career over there might be a top 3 wide receiver in their history because you're not going to convince me of Zay Flowers. And you're not going to convince me of Zay Flowers. Go away. Sliding into the Giants. The Giants have had a lot of really good wide receivers, and I didn't really know where I wanted to put him, especially considering like you have guys like Odell Beckham, but OBJ was only healthy for a short time frame. Then he got moved. Then he got moved. They had earlier guys back in the day like Plaxico Burress and such, but I couldn't really decide where I wanted to put him, so I just kind of stuck him right there. Sliding to the Bucks, Mike Evans is there. And so it's like, I don't really think I don't know if he would be better than Mike Evans. So I don't know if that's why I couldn't put him in that GOAT category, but I parked him right there in that top 3, and I think that's fine. Sliding to the Saints, he's not better than Michael Thomas. Fuck all of you. Marcus Colston played in the exact same time frame as him. One of the more underrated wide receivers. You could park him in that category. Joe Horn is also there. I'm missing some guys from the 80s as well, but he would be a top 3 wide receiver in Saints franchise history. The only guy that I really off the top of my head from the Chargers where I was like, was Keenan Allen. Just because he's been there and got so much longevity. If you wanted to include Antonio Gates, you could, but he's a tight end, so no. Sliding down to the next category, what did I say? There were better? Yeah, 100%. So I'm just going to list the person that I know would be like the GOAT or probably would be better, but people are going to argue about this type of stuff. So Tyreek is better. What is his name? Chris Chambers. Chambers, is that his name? Was better. And there's one more guy that I'm also blanking on. I got to find my paper. I didn't actually come prepared for this one like I should have. The Bengals, Ocho Cinco was better. Eat a dick. I'm still here. I'm still rocking.
You are still
Ocho
here.
Cinco was better, but people argue about that. Thank you, Kev. Let's see here. Same kind of thing. Like if I included Tyreek as being probably better, then I have to. Chiefs Tyreek is obviously going to be better. Sliding to the Eagles, Terrell Owens was better. Sliding to the Packers, Greg Jennings put the team on his back, so he's on this list. Devontae Adams is here. So obviously he's one of the better route runners in NFL history. He's better than Steve Smith. Sliding to the Seahawks, I'm going out on a limb here and saying this right now that Jackson Smith-Njigba is better than Steve Smith. People argue with me. I don't give two shits about it. That's fine. That's dandy. Let's see here. Sidney Rice is up there. He's pretty solid. There's another name I'm missing off of this team. Whatever. It's fine. Sliding to the Raiders. He's not better than Tim Brown. I will hear no arguments, complaints, or anything like that. Pipe down. Sliding to the Broncos. Not better than Demaryius Thomas. And who the fuck is the other guy that I am missing? Can't remember.
You're
whatever.
bugging.
It's perfectly fine. He's still not better than Demaryius Thomas.
You're
I said what I said,
bugging.
and I mean what I say. Whatever. It's perfectly fine. Sliding to the hell no
Rod Smith is who you're
category.
missing for the Broncos.
Thank you very much, Rod Smith. Thank you very much. See, I'm a young buck. Kev's old. He knows these
You
things.
ain't that young.
Sliding to the hell no. Shut up, baldhead. Sliding to the hell no category. The Patriots had Randy Moss. I don't care if it was in the later stages of his career. The Patriots had Randy Moss. Hell no. Sliding to the Colts. Marvin Harrison. Hell no. Sliding to the Texans. DeAndre Hopkins. Hell no. Sliding to the Cowboys.
DeAndre Hopkins ain't even the best receiver
Cowboys.
in the Texans' history. What are you talking about?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Andre Johnson.
Yeah, get it
Hell
right.
no. I'm still in the correct category.
I'm not saying
It
you're
doesn't
not.
matter. He's still
I mean-
not better. He's not better than either.
Oh,
Shut up.
oh.
Just because you have fantasies as Cortland Finnegan got his ass whipped by them, I don't care about none of that shit. Pipe down. All right. Anyway, Cowboys, Terrell Owens, better. If you want to say Michael Irvin, fine, but only if he was coked out. Only if he was coked out. Let's see here. Vikings, Randy Moss. Enough fucking said. Jerry Rice. I don't have to say anything else for the 49ers. If I said Devontae Adams was better, yeah. Devontae Adams. Still the best one in Rams history. I don't give a fuck. They all suck. Even though they're greatest, no, that's a lie. What is it? Isaac
Bruce, Torrey Holt.
Yeah, Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt, the
Yeah.
greatest show on turf. Ah, good lord. I'm almost done. I'm almost out of here. The Lions. He's not better than Megatron. I don't have to argue that. The Falcons. He's not better than Julio Jones. Unless Julio is playing the Saints. Then yeah, he's a lot better than Julio Jones. And the Cardinals, he's not better than Larry Fitzgerald.
Question.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
So first, I need to know, when you were doing this, was this like comparing like Steve Smith's best season to somebody else's best season, or were you taking like all his 14,000 yards compared to?
I took the stint that Steve Smith had with the Panthers the first go. So it was about 14. So I think it was like 12,000 yards. Yeah, it was like 12,000 yards, like 60 something touchdowns, somewhere in that area. And then also like I had to kind of look at like what type of player Steve Smith was. I had to look at obviously like it's different with older wide receivers, where the game was obviously not as vertically.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, basically it was like Steve Smith that played for the Panthers. That's who I based like that stretch.
I mean, I got a couple, but you're not gonna lie.
I mean, I have a couple too. But
I mean, I could care two shits less. I'm sure the first one has
It
to do with the
was. I
Saints, but
have
go
him
ahead.
over Marcus Colston, just because during the same time they played, their quarterbacks were vastly different. One played with Drew Brees, one was playing with Jake Delhomme, and they put up similar numbers. I'm putting the Seahawks in the top 3. I'm moving them in the top
up a
3 because
category.
I do think Njigba has a chance. I do think they've had some great receivers, but I think if you put the same time frame, I would still put Steve Smith top 3. Because you got to think Steve Smith was an undersized receiver that was punking everyone.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, again, I don't have any qualm with this. You haven't said anything that I'm insulted by.
I'm putting the Texans in the there were better over hell nah, because I think him and Andre Johnson could be comparable. And the Rams. Because I get what you're saying with Devontae, whatever. There's the greatest show on turf. I didn't think you were going with Devontae. I thought you were going to go like Cooper Kupp ways. And my whole thought was, if you put Matthew Stafford and Steve Smith together for the amount of time that Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp were together, you can't tell me Steve Smith would not have the exact same output, if not more.
So, Rams up 1, Seahawks up 1,
Texans up 1,
and okay.
That's just where I'm putting it. I think everything in the top in the.
I still don't think he's better than DeAndre Hopkins. And like I know what you're saying.
DeAndre Hopkins fell off after like his 4th year.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Steve Smith went 7-8 years before we even started thinking of him as like, wow, he might be losing it.
Yeah, Steve Smith had a better quarterback.
Jake Delhomme wasn't that good. Mind you, Steve Smith was also in a run first. Steve Smith was putting up those numbers on a run first offense. Versus the Texans had to pass for the entire second half because they were down by 20.
Better than the porn addict.
Right. Kev, do you want to share your screen here?
Well, yeah.
Give us yours.
Wait, hold up, Kev. I was gonna say, Kev. What am I wrong? Where am I at?
So the teams I was looking at was one. I'd move the Bills down one. Because kind of just what you were saying, like different era, they weren't necessarily throwing as much, like what Jim Kelly and Andre Reed did for those teams. That's why I'm fine with where the Dolphins are, even though none of those receivers, I think, eclipsed 10,000 yards, just because of that kind of era and what Dan Marino did. I disagree with the Giants. I think the Giants, he would be the GOAT. Yes, I understand Odell Beckham was a stud, but he was only healthy for 2 years. And then Amani Toomer was their next best wide receiver ever. So yeah, I would move the Giants up. I'd also move the Ravens up because I think their leading receiver is a tight end.
It's Mark Andrews, yeah.
So, and then only because I'm a Commanders fan and I love Art Monk, I'd move the Commanders down one. The rest of it, I don't have a problem with. Yeah.
So what? B+ list?
Yeah, I mean, I thought you did really good, honestly. I mean, obviously, it's all subjective anyway. It's your opinion. It's where you right. So I mean,
of course,
and like you said, while you were doing it, everybody's gonna maybe not everybody. There are people out there that agree with you, but everybody's gonna have their own opinion, right? Everybody's going to, have thought. Just like Danny was griping over certain ones, and I griped over mine. Like, there's always going to be people who disagree anytime you make some kind of list like this.
I almost put him in the same category as I almost put the Ravens in the same category as the Panthers, because I do remember those 2 years, and it was like, oh, they're y'all fucked up letting him leave. Y'all shouldn't have done
All right, Kev, let us know what's your list. I do have Joe's list, so we can judge Joe's list without him here to defend himself, which I think would be even more fun.
that. Yes.
Hold on.
Kev, would you like to bring your list up?
Yeah, I have to allow.
Well, allow the fuck out of it. Also, there was 3 different games with 5 or more goals scored in the MLS. The MLS is back.
Wait a minute. They score a lot of goals in the MLS, you say?
Cincinnati and Vancouver had 4 goals in the first 20 minutes.
I have an idea.
Are we getting you into MLS first?
How many games they play in the MLS?
I don't even know.
What is it, like 30, 40, something like that?
Uh, 34 regular season games, 6 cross-conference matchups, and then teams that qualify for the playoffs gets up to 7 additional matchups.
All right. How many games in the
We're
season
on match
are we
week
already?
17.
We just started.
Hold on. So it won't let me share this stupid.
All
I
right.
gotta go to a different
That's fine.
spot really quick.
Match week 17. So there's only a match every week?
Like 2 a week. Like they do Wednesdays and Saturdays, but we're also about to go to All-Star break.
Okay, so they're only halfway through the season. All right, cool. I have an idea. I need to look at some stats and some data points, but I have an idea.
Do you want to do betting both teams to score in over 2.5 goals for every game?
No, dummy. It's gonna be. Hang on, let me find it. Goal scorers.
Kev, is it not letting you pull it up?
Yeah, no, I'd have to figure. Hold on, I think I got it. Maybe.
Do you want to send it to me on Twitter and I can pull it up?
Yeah, I can probably do that.
All right, I got it.
I
know what I'm gonna do.
I'll just.
Wait a minute. What?
I'll just put it in the.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
What are you doing, Waymond?
We're betting goal scorers. Let me see.
I put it in the our group chat. Yeah, it wouldn't let me share just a downloaded image. I had to try to put it in Google Chrome to share there. But anyway, I'll figure that out for some next time.
Peter Musa, Hugo.
Brother, I do not know enough for goal scorers in MLS, so you're gonna be on your own a lot.
I don't need you to know shit. I'm just gonna apply the exact same thing that I've had. Right. Yeah, I got this. We got 15 games in.
All right. We're gonna pull this up.
Martin Ojeda. Oh yeah.
Right. Kev, explain to us your list.
So my topic was, would Devontae Smith win the Heisman that season?
Zoom in a little bit, Danny.
The 2020 season, if he played on a different SEC school. So I had
better. Yeah.
Yeah, much better. Slide it over a little bit this way.
I can't slide it
that way. Oh, you bitch.
Yeah, we'll work on this for next, so I can easier just to share mine. But so I had Florida, obviously. They
right there. Don't touch it.
They, Kyle Trask in that year was really proficient. 68% throwing the ball, had over 4,200 yards. He already had a pretty good wide receiver there in Kadarius Toney along with Kyle Pitts. So you add Devontae Smith to that. I think, okay, maybe some of his production goes down because of those two guys, but overall, I think they still have a good year. Maybe win a couple games that they didn't and are in the playoff conversation. So I think, yes, he still wins it had he been on Florida. Um, Old Smith Old Miss. um, I put as probably just because of how like efficient and how many yards that offense was putting up. Their record wasn't great. They probably win a couple more games with Devontae Smith, so that keeps them more relevant than what they actually did that year. Um, and they had guys like Elijah Moore and a good tight end as well, just like Florida and Kenny Uboa. So they still would have had other targets that if they started doubling Devontae, then you start have to pay attention to them. Then you go back to Devontae. Again, I think production probably goes down a little bit because, I mean, that Alabama team was stacked and, very hard to keep any of them off. Um, so a little easier if he was on one of these other teams. But, yeah, Ole Miss would probably, for my – could make an argument. I said Georgia, Texas A&M, Auburn, and Mississippi State. I'm just going to touch base on two here of this group, but Georgia, I could make the argument just because of how good that team was defensively. Obviously, they'd be in the talk for playoff and national championship and that stuff, but the quarterback play there was very inconsistent. They basically went back and forth in between two quarterbacks during that season. Maybe with Devontae Smith, Stenson Bennett keeps the job and has a better year, but that would be my argument. That would be what happened. And then Mississippi State, my argument there is Mike Leach as your coach. His offense has always been, kind of elite. I mean, look at the Texas Tech teams and what he did there, and kind of his coaching tree and how guys learned under him. So, and similar to Ole Miss, they win more games probably with Devontae and are more relevant to stay within that Heisman conversation. Not likely. Missouri, South Carolina, and Arkansas, just not enough consistent play on offense where I think he would put up enough numbers to be considered. And then no chance. Kentucky was god awful that year. Tennessee had one of probably the worst quarterbacks in the SEC, and Vanderbilt was the worst team in the SEC. So no chance. And LSU, had this been 2019, yeah, but 2020 LSU lost everybody from that 2019 team. So,
No, 2019, he still wouldn't have because he would have lost it to their
true,
quarterback.
right? Or somebody else would have won because you would have had Joe Burrow, Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson all on the same team. So don't think that would have panned out.
That team would have scored 9,000 fucking points.
It would have been one of those years where, if we're talking about 2019, that they just steal votes from each other and somebody else wins. Yes, Mac Jones, or I think that was his quarterback in 2020, was in the Heisman running too, but Mac Jones wasn't going to win it. But yeah, that's where my list stands.
All right, I don't hate it. I'm kind of with you on that. Now for the list we've been waiting for. It was told, please use for later. This is from Mr. Joe the Show Winkle, who's not here to defend himself. We have.
Oh, I thought Danny was going to put it.
We have, would Saquon Barkley be the greatest of all time if he played his whole career with these teams?
See, I'm confused with this too. I have. If he had played with these teams when they were good, or he played with these teams during his career when he came out of college.
I would say probably his career. Like if you put what I would say it's if you put his career numbers right now and said he did those numbers on like these teams, would he be the GOAT?
From when he was drafted till now.
Yeah.
Not like when the Patriots were actually good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. He said, obviously, Green Bay, Houston, New England, New York, Tampa, and Indianapolis. Probably he has the Giants, Eagles, Titans, Chiefs, Bengals, Saints, and Dolphins. You could argue either way for the 49ers, Seahawks, Falcons, Ravens, Panthers, Jaguars, and Broncos. Probably not. Steelers, Cardinals, Bills, and Commanders, and no shot. Chargers, Vikings, Rams, Browns, Raiders, Bears, Lions, Cowboys. Ray?
First of all, he's not better than Alvin Kamara. That's bullshit.
I would move that down to argue either way, personally.
Yeah,
because you could make a case for
would.
both.
I would move. See, like Kansas City had like 4 guys in a row that would have been like Hall of Famers, but they just like their careers were cut short by injury. Honestly, I would move Tennessee down because Chris Johnson ran for fucking 2,000 yards in a time when they stacked the fucking box and all this other nonsense. Like,
I mean, I would move him down to I'm taking Chris Johnson, to be honest.
No, that's why I said I would move them down into argue either way or probably not. The Seahawks I would move down because I think Sean Alexander, especially that MVP year, was insane. Where are the Vikings? Okay, the Vikings are there. I was fixing to say, Joe, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, like I said, I'd move the Titans down. I'd move the Chiefs down. I'd move the Saints down. I think it's kind of disrespectful to Edgerrin James, too. Maybe you move the Colts down into the probably area.
Yeah, I wonder if he was thinking Jonathan Taylor over Edgerrin James.
Which even then, that's kind of like...
Yeah. Kev, what do you got?
Well, that's what I was asking. Like, if this is when he was drafted, 2018 on, like the Colts didn't have the same offensive line they had when James was there and Peyton Manning. So, I mean, I guess maybe obviously, but I don't know. The Patriots, sure.
Let's say your interpretation. Would yours be like from the years he played, or like if you stacked his career numbers up against?
Yeah, if we kind of did the same way Raymond did his.
Raymond?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard Kevin even say my name. That was kind of weird. He even like cringed when he said he was like Raymond.
I honestly didn't think I got it right. I was like, wait, is that his full name? No. Anyway.
Ray Vontae.
So,
no, it's Ray Sean.
yeah, I
Thank
mean,
you
if
very
we did,
much.
would they stack up his whole career? Then I would move the Colts down. Just because, like you guys said, what do you say his first name?
Edgerrin.
Edgerrin James, probably better. I mean, Curtis Martin for the Jets. So, like, if it's from his career now, then yeah, it's like just don't have anybody now. But if we're talking about greatest of all time, I mean, I think Curtis Martin's probably had a better career than Saquon Barkley. Texans, I'm fine with that.
When did Lamar Miller run for 200 yards? Or no, never mind. I'm thinking of Kenyon Drake. Who was the guy that ran for 200 yards like 4 straight games in a row? Kenyon Drake. Definitely.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say definitely got to wherever Kenyon Drake was at that point in time. Got to move him down.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs is fine because, like you guys mentioned, their guys. I mean, I don't know, Jamal Charles. That's kind of a kick to him too. I would move the Broncos down. I think Terrell Davis has had a better career than Saquon Barkley. Plus, he has 2 Super Bowls instead of 1. Jamal Lewis for the Ravens. I think I'm fine with that. I mean, he does have him argue either way. I don't hate the list. I mean, I think he's spot on with the Texans. I think the only egregious one, honestly, for me would be the Jets. I think Curtis Martin was a beast. So that'd be the only one I'd move down. I could argue everything else is fine.
All right. That'll be good. We'll have next week, if Joe joins us, we'll have him argue his
No.
side.
Now you.
Oh, I don't have one for this week.
No, motherfucker, you criticize this bullshit.
No, I meant more. Oh, okay. I'm with you. I think Edgerrin James probably needs to be moved down. I already said my take. I said Chris Johnson definitely needs to get moved down.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You were with me.
Jamal Charles, I'd say you can move to either way. I'm trying to think who he's thinking of for the Cardinals to put in. Probably not.
Edgerrin James.
No
Hang
way.
on.
Yeah, I can find it really quick.
Sean Alexander, I'm moving to probably not. See, you know what's funny? My Panthers brain went straight to D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
was
who he's
like-
thinking for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Foster? Is it Williams? Is it McCaffrey? Is it borderline Cam Newton?
I mean, unless he's thinking that fucking David Johnson and Edgerrin James and Tim Hightower are.
one player.
that's what I'm saying. We'll have to get Joe to come on here and defend his side of it. But be sure to tune in for next week's, because if Don's on, he will be doing his. And Ray, I was hoping he'd be on this week for you to do Steve Smith, because I knew where you were going to put Marcus Colston. So I had Don do Marcus Colston. So
I want you to. I want your bitch ass to stop pitting me and my friends against each other. Okay.
I wasn't trying to
No.
pit you against each other.
No, you're trying to incite me so you can get content, you dirty bitch.
That's 100% what I'm doing.
I know.
All right. Well, I think that is it for this week's episode. We didn't get everyone in today, but we did get some pretty good content. I've never seen Ray giggle like that at names before. Ray's going to be thinking about mobility all night.
Bro, I'm going to work tomorrow and telling people about mobility. Let me make sure I have this.
He's at Prairie View, so he's not too far from you.
Mobility. Hold up. I need to know if that's his like actual legal name. Legal name. Brother, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
It's Mohammed Bility.
This nigga's name is Mohammed Bility.
Nickname's Mo.
Father God. All right, I've seen it all now. Mohammed Bility. His mama did that. His mama did that shit on purpose too. He goes to Rice. Mobility is at Rice, my brother.
Not anymore. That was last year.
Did he transfer?
Yeah.
ESPN still got him at fucking Rice.
They have him at Prairie View. But anyway, that'll be it for tonight's show. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We will see you guys on Thursday. Or actually, no, I've lied. This episode will be out by the time our Thursday live show is gone. So be sure to check that out for all your best bets for the weekend, as well as be sure to tune in every single week. Thank you guys all for tuning in. You can follow me over at Gotham Gambling. You can follow Waymond over at Playbook SN Bets, and you can follow Kev at Heels0809, as well as you can follow the College Juice Podcast. As always, you can follow the Golden Ignorance Podcast Network on YouTube, Facebook, Substack, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere that you find your sports betting content, your sports news content, and your content with three guys who just like arguing with each other. We got it all. This has been the Weekend Warmup, sponsored by BetVisors. See you guys next week.